Hi, I'm Starlight. Been neglecting the things I wanted to do, like make this video. Holy crap, it's 4 in the morning. I mostly just don't want to sit over here in front of a computer. But I have something important to talk to you about. I've definitely gone through my stages of like those times where I've really heavily considered suicide as my life just got so really terrible to that point where you try and try and try and try again and you're being beaten down and you're trying again and you try and you try and you fail and you try and they push you back down and you try and the weight's so heavy and you just hope just gets stamped out of you. I'm mostly past all that for the time being, but I wanted to make this video as a couple of my guy friends, they've kind of gotten to that point recently and kind of freaks me out in a way, like, but they don't know how to handle it, so, I figured I'd make this video on some tips or just some general things you can do in the meantime and while you feel like that. And let me just remind you that these people who are currently feeling that way have, like, never been that kind of person. Like, ever. My back hurts so bad, it's so stiff. So, you know, separate things, anything, can maybe eventually make you feel that way. And it's not that they've tried to do it, it's just that it keeps, like, coming up in their head. One of them just felt like that for a few days, just, like, really kind of, like, sad and depressed or whatever, or kind of, like, got to that point, like, what's the point of living? Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Another one's just, like, you know, it's just the way it is, and then another one's been there for me when I felt like that, but now that he is feeling like that, like, he just doesn't know what to do or where to go, which is funny, because, you know, before he was just like, why would you do that? And so, I was trying to help him out about, like, what he could do. These aren't really, like, the best tips, but it's a start. I don't even know where to begin. I put this off for a little while because I'm just like, I don't know, whatever. But, maybe I can read you some stuff I said, but there was, like, more stuff I said, like, in person, and then that other kid who, like, he just lost, like, the love of his life or whatever. That's happened before, but it just, when it happens, it feels like, you know, you're worthless, the world's ending, like, sometimes when people date, they start thinking, like, that person's the only thing they're living for, so they lose kind of focus, and instead of like progressing on their personal goals, maybe they'll just be content as where they are because they're so happy and in love and they got that person. But they stop, you know, they leave behind some sort of drive, I guess, I don't know, or desire to like better themselves. The other friend I have, he realized some parts about his personality were really crappy, so he started working on them, and it's probably almost a year in the making, but he was doing really good, because you know, every now and then I'd see him and I could actually like notice like changes. I've watched him change very much, in like over the course of like 6 or 7 years. You know, he's gone from the kid to like the responsible working person, serious, to kind of looking down on other people to the point, and then and that's like that time when he was just like I was feeling so shitty, and it just I mostly look up on life, but the fact is, you know, my back, you know, these things just keep wearing down on you over time, and after so long, like, your hope starts to fade away. So that's why I'm making this video, because I feel like maybe other people wouldn't really know what to do in that situation, and or how to take measures out of it, and I don't really have like any real great ideas, but it's kind of survivalism about how to keep going when you feel that way for like any reason that you might. First of all, you should know that there are people there for you. If see, another thing is, it kind of just falls right into like what I was saying in one of my other videos, which is so completely strange, but I guess it proves the point, my own point. Like, you know, he got bad to a point where, I couldn't even stand him, and then sometimes, like, I'd hang around with him, but he'd, like, I would just get so, like, that, like, he'd wear on me, because I'm very empathetic, and in the way that I like, absorb people's emotions sometimes, I have to try not to do that anymore, because it's self-defeating sometimes, and sometimes, like, I'm trying to get comfortable here, I'm sorry, yeah, and sometimes, like, if I get in on, like, everybody else's feelings, they cancel out my own, which can be, like, awesomer, or something, I don't know, okay, whatever, I don't know the answers to everything, so this may work for some people, it may not, but you should at least try to keep an open mind, and if you have like a better idea, go with that. So one thing was to like always remember that there are people who need you. If you feel that way, it's likely, you know, there's some turmoil, which could always is always gonna pass. So don't forget that these things will pass. It may seem like there's no hope for better things to come along. You may be in the waiting for like a while, and that's like one of the worst things I hate to do is wait. But good things come to those who hustle while they wait. So while you're waiting, do some other progress. You know, progress in some other shit. Anyway. So always remember there's other people who need you. Always remember that it may seem like the worst thing in the world, but you can get past it. And it might be the worst thing that has ever happened to you in your entire life. But please remember, other people need you, even if they don't like actively say it or tell you. You've made an impact on their world if you've ever seen like anyone ever. Like the people you work with, the people you go to school with, your family, your friends, your nieces, your nephews. If you have nobody in this world, you should really get somebody. Work on that. You should have someone to talk to that you can be confident, comfortable with. That's another issue I see a lot, and guys especially, but also with girls. They don't feel that they can open up or be real with anyone. That's really sad. It's really hard to do, but if you do it, maybe you can teach someone else to do it, but even that's kind of hard. Another thing is to ebb away slowly at these things. Like, nothing's gonna change overnight, no matter how like simple and easy the words are. You really have to keep ebbing away at it. It sucks. It takes work. It takes a lot of hard work. And I swear, like I'm telling you, I tried so hard. I gave it my all for so long, like years, and it just felt like it was never going to end. I just wanna like mention that it probably will move past it, except you really have to like let it go. There's some things like even I like still burden me and weigh on me, but you need to get the it off your shoulders, the weight. So hard, so many things to cover. Sensitive subject, but the thing is when they feel they can't talk to anybody, and that has a lot to do with the very last video I made. Like, these two boys have been best friends for a long time, and I know them both, and I'm kind of best friends with them as well, and they're so very similar in common. They both seem to have, like, they told me they learned from me, and I mean a lot to them, and to myself, that seems very, like, weird and strange to, like, kind of grasp, like, that me just existing, and can, like, have that impact on someone, but it's true, and I'm not saying that about myself, but I'm saying about other people. Like, I've known people that I care about and really affected me, but I don't even talk to them very much or anything. So, another thing is, well, people don't feel they can open up to other people is because a lot of people kind of hide within themselves to a very certain extent, because he just feels like he can't confide in anyone. He didn't obviously want to talk to me, but I guess it's been going on for a little while, and I just ended up being the only person he felt comfortable with enough saying, because I wouldn't judge him. He also said it's hard when people tell him how strong he is, how good of a job he's doing, but inside feeling that way, like there's nothing to live for. And like, he's been working on himself getting better, but he feels like I don't know, it's really hard to explain. So they're best friends and they couldn't even talk to each other, but they all have like the same problems, and they both tell me that like the other one's like too judging, or like too like stuck up or snobbish, or like fake-ish, or like too much like that's for gay losers or something like that. I don't know. Basically what I just told him is, you have to let go. One good thing is to feel during the moment, because there's so many moments, and after a while they'll all get stacked up, and if you have all that and it's all in you and you're holding on to it because you can't express it, you can't let it go, that's gonna weigh terribly on you. Such a heavy subject, and I'm just talking about it like, oh, you just do this, it's so easy. I'm sorry about that. It's just, I've been through it, and you know, I've had people like look down on me for even feeling that way because they've just not gotten it, and that's why I'm making this video, because there's gotta be those people who just have no one to talk to, or don't know what to do, or maybe they don't know anyone real, or that won't judge them. I really feel it's important for those people to live. I'd really, not that I want to have you spread your word around and help other people, because that sounds so corny, but it's kind of what I mean, because like, if you make it, you can help somebody else make it. So yeah, and you know what, I told him, like, you know, he's like, well, he's like, I feel like I can't talk to so and so because, you know, he'll just like get mad or frustrated, and it's kind of like a downer subject, and people don't really like talking about that, and it's understandable, but I really feel people need someone that they can talk about real shit with, you know, skip the bullshit every once in a while, skip the gossip, skip the, you know, the music stuff, the television talk, and just talk about what's going on with your lives right now, like what's going on inside, like what you're up to. People seem genuinely like appreciative when I'm genuinely concerned about them and their well-being and what they're up to and what's going on and what they're struggling with. And it's not that I want to talk about what they're struggling with, but I want them, you know, if I care about a person, and I generally do, I, actually, I pretty much always do, I really want to let them know that I'm there for them, and how better am I going to do that than saying it? Like, they can't know what's going on inside me. So I was like, next time, just say that to him, because they've both been skirting around each other for years, and they used to be the best of friends. They grew up together their entire lives, and they've been kind of living separate lives, and they've been kind of like very so weird with each other. They're like normal with me, but to each other, they're very reserved. They try to be like big people, like, oh, look how great I am, or look how much I don't care, or just do a shit like that. So I was like, you know what, just, if you need to talk to him, if you're with him and he's acting like that, just tell him. I was like, I know it sucks, I know it's hard, you don't want to tell somebody that, but once you do, you can like move past it and, you know, get realer, you know, and just right? Anyway, I know, you know, not everybody has that problem, so sorry I spent some time on it. I don't know. What am I apologizing for? That's another thing that he was doing that was really like aggravating me, but I've been known to do it myself, which is apologize for his actions a lot. I get a lot of things sent to me daily on my phone, which totally help me out sometimes, or it's just like something you should know, but it's put into words. What was the thing? So one of the things that I was saying, well, you know what, something else, actions speak louder than words, and I can definitely say that in like the terms of Obama. Sorry, getting political. They rub that shit on me. But also in like relationships, or just in general life, like it's easy for me to say to do these things, but I'm gonna let you know it's a lot harder to carry them out. You're gonna know already. So you're here in the first place in it, or if you know what I'm talking about, or if you don't, really hard to actually take the steps to doing what you want to do, or what you say you're gonna do. You can talk your ass off forever, but when the time comes to it, you really have to be strong enough to like make that shit happen. Kind of got a potty mouth, sorry. Cuss words. Ow. So what I'm saying is, be real, be in the moment, express in the moment, because only then can you move forward. I say that like in my relationships, my friendships, also, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, up until the next step. Constructive criticism is good, you know, like, if you wait and see that someone's not changing, or, not that I want to change people, nobody should change anyone else, and you should never change yourself to appeal or please someone else, though, if you wanna be like that, like, really, like, if you just wanna have that thing that you want, then you should make steps toward doing that. Like, I want to be happy. It's all I've ever wanted. I want to love and be loved. You know, I love loving, and to be loved is like such an odd feeling, but it's great. my back hurts. Life is a constant struggle. You should accept here and now that you're always gonna have to work hard if you really want to get what you want. And if you want to live, it shouldn't be that hard. You know, you shouldn't have to work so hard, but you're probably gonna have to. You know, at least take steps, because practice makes perfect, and practice makes it easier to do stuff. I'm gonna be right back. I'm so sorry. I can't pause this thing, and I need some back support somehow. I don't even know how to set these up. That kind of goes along with another thing I was saying, is that, even if it hurts, do it. Like, if it's gonna make it better in the long run. Like, I just fucking wicked strained my back just from doing that, and it hurts more for the time being, but if you get, like, you know, if it makes it better, you know, you're gonna have to do it. Just like telling your friend that, like, a way they're thinking is absolutely rude and mean and wrong. You should stand up for that. Stand up for what you believe, and maybe they don't even notice, you know? And I haven't changed these people. I haven't really done anything. It's just coincidence. Ow, my back hurts so much. Ow. But I'm making this video for you guys, if it even helps. Another thing is, take your time to do it right. You should be prepared. Have, you know, sort of a game plan. And just about everything, I mean, you should have a game plan, but, I don't know if the mic's catching up, that's why I'm so close. Have a game plan. Take it one step at a time. Really, like, live in the moment. Except unless, of course, it would be a much better idea to skip out. You know, you don't always have to be there. I don't know, I don't know what that is. So, you really have to be, like, real with your friends, or else you're gonna fall into that conundrum, and you're gonna say it's okay for them to act that way, and it's okay for them to treat other people that way, and you, and doing it with your children. You know, who are they gonna, like, meet in life? If it's not right, fix it, like, change it, or at least, you know, put in the stepping stones, or, like, make some effort, you know, don't just sit around and let things happen. But you really, that's what I'm saying, it's like you have to be strong enough to follow through with that and do that, because, like, it's, people take the easy route out so often, just because it's easier. live in the moment, feel what you feel. Just remember the text. The text I got was that never, apologize for your feelings, like the way you feel, because that's apologizing for the truth. And someone famous once said that. That's a popular saying. Though I never really heard it until a little while ago. So you should like really feel what you're feeling at the moment, and don't let it like get crazy, like control some of it. Just feel, just don't even control any of it, because it'll diminish it. Like if you're like in love with someone, or you just feel like that bubbly inside you, that's so lame to me. And like I've been taught that like people definitely look at you. It's something that I've been hiding for my whole life, is people looking at me, like being noticed, being on the radar, and I just kind of had to accept that I'm always gonna be looked at. So I don't know, like if you have something, use it to your advantage. Anyway, I know it doesn't sound like tips to overcome suicide, but like if you can change, or like at least express or reach out to those around you, maybe you'll have someone to talk to relate to. Maybe that person has felt or been feeling the same way, or has that scaryism. I don't know, maybe they're just scared of their life, like scared of what they've become or what's become of their life. So they hide behind like this wall of invisible, I'm so awesome and I can't feel anything, and like there's no place for that in my world or whatever. Another thing I said for him to do was to smile, even if smiling was the only reason for you to smile. The reason why I say this is because you can, like, a person can get so tense and they won't even notice that they are. And a person can go like days and weeks without even noticing that they haven't really genuinely smiled or laughed very much at all, and maybe there is nothing to do that for. So if you just smile just for the practice of smiling, that can be good, because after a while, like, you can't even like move your cheeks that way, and like if you like try, it just feels so odd and weird and like foreign on your face. So I think maybe it's important to at least try to smile at least once a day, even if just to tell yourself that this will be my future. I will smile. I will get to that point. And he said that he didn't. Well, at first he said he didn't want to do that, because he didn't want to just go around smiling all day, be a zombie, Hi, so hi. Look, everybody see my smile, but, I was like, I call everybody babe. I'm like, babe is baby steps, dog. People just like being called nice names, so, like, I'll call people sweetie if they're a sweetheart or something. I've always liked it. When I was at work, it always surprised me, or sometimes I would think it was kind of like weird or like kind of sort of creepy, but see, he's like, he said even initially with me, like, he was, you know, a little uncomfortable talking to me about that. Like, this isn't even good for my back. But better. So, baby steps. Another thing I warned, just, you know, it's not all gonna change in a moment. These things take time. And even changing within yourself, like, you have to, like, really, like, have hope, or, like, which is hard sometimes to gain. I wanted to make 2 videos or something, or this is gonna go on forever. So much easier, like, talking in person when you have someone asking you questions, or being able to personalize the situation. I'm trying to talk, like, sort of broadly, so I can pertain to more people. Let's see how I do with this. Well, you just have to make the effort to make the changes. And it's like little adjustments until you get like the perfect fit and stuff. Another thing, a good suggestion that I told him was, like, go for a run, or so to do exercising, it's, you know, you really gotta get like your blood flowing through your whole body. That like de-stresses everything. It like works out the kinks and everything, and you know, people forget to do that, but and he's like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work with me. He's like, I don't need that. I was like, but you kind of do need that. I mean, you need to de-stress. You know, sustained thinking is really good, but there can be overkill of anything. If you think too much, you can think and think and think and think and think, but if you keep on that path, it's never going to get better. You need to take a break and actually, like, do something. So get some exercise in there, and it really will help. Like, it helps more than just like, oh, I got my exercise, or, you know, what your body's gonna look like. It really just gets the blood flowing, it de-stresses, it gets you moving, active. Sometimes, you know, in this world we totally lose that, like, we never have time for anything, but you should make time, and when you do something, you should really do it. You should stop, get in the moment, and really focus on that and do it. A lot of people, I was just on my Facebook earlier, because I get a lot of pictures and it kind of like uplifts my day. You should probably look at uplifting things during the day, or funny things. But this one, it was saying, you know, to remember the beautiful everyday moments in life, because it's not about the golden ticket at the end that makes it worthwhile. And the person who posted that picture said, you know, like, I wonder what I've been missing out on, since I'm not even like really there consciously for it. Meaning that they've been in like their head so long, and you can forget how to like be real, especially with all the negativity. So you really have to focus on anything positive in your life, just anything at all, and try to get rid of the negativity as quickly as you can, and that may take effort, but if you take the time to do it now, then there'll at least be less of it, you know. My back doesn't work right anymore. Ow. And like I said, feel while you're in the moment. Just express and let it out. Like, if you really let yourself, people hold it back. If you really let yourself, you can feel like all these amazing things. It's kind of scary though. So just remember, try to hold on to the good parts as long as you can, of the good feelings. Just try to hold on to them, you know, and just be like, don't let them go. Like, just, they're yours. Hold on for a moment, you know. Let it sink in. You know, like, just try to hold on to it for a moment. Like, even my thoughts, like, I usually just think it and give it away, but then I have to, like, keep revisiting it. Like, I'm like, what did I just say to that person? And I'll go back and I'll reread it, and that's fine, but that's actually taking up extra time in my day to go back and do that. So if I just sit with it for a moment, ow, my back, and let it sink in, ow, then, you know, ow, and just try to feel the moment. That's one of the things I've learned with my back, because I fight so hard most of the time, like, especially when I'm with other people, to not let it show through. And I've done that when I was depressed, and probably even when I was happy, because I was like, oh, you know, it's not cool to be happy. These people are gonna think I'm weird, and they usually do, but then they usually get over it, or it usually rubs off of them a little bit. And you know, there's gonna be those people who talk behind your back, or maybe, you know, not all the time, you know, I think there are people, but what you are going through is just a normal part of life, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that. There's also another saying, like, live your life in a way that you wouldn't need to be ashamed of it or have to hide it, and that's a very good thing. It's just like, even in work, I couldn't show people I was hurting, you know. I'm working, and they don't really care, because they don't have time for that, you know. They're all so wrapped up in their heads, so that's why it's so hard to find, like, real good friends as well. If you can find someone you need to talk to, maybe just talk to them. You don't have to, like, bring them down or really, like, let them know everything, but maybe if you just talk to them about it a little bit, so they know what's going on in your life, like, that's something you can revisit later in the future, or, you know, maybe you can have a really good talk with them. You know, a lot of stuff. My back hurts so bad, but I hate talking about it. And he says, like, when everybody continuously says good things about you, or you're repeatedly told how strong you are by the people that know you the most, but to feel complete opposite, even when you try to just wave it away, like, oh, I don't feel like this, you know, it just makes it so much harder to reach out to someone. And that's what he said to me. And then he goes, and when the thought creeps up in flashes, because he said he doesn't, like, you know, it's more beginning stages. Like, he's never felt this way before. He's never had, like, the topic of ending his life, like, ever be an issue. So, you know, it can be really hard and really new for people. When the thought creeps up in flashes or lingers, it gets worse because of it being on and off. Like he said, like he can turn it off, but then when it comes back, like, it makes it worse, like, in a way, because, you know, that shit stacks up. Like, if you get through it, push it away, have a great few days, a week, or whatever, only to be slammed down again. And he's like, I really needed to talk. And he's like, I'm sure some more talk wouldn't hurt either. But we had a time frame and everything, so I had to talk to him really quickly. And, you know, he said he felt, like, worried about the way it would look talking to his friend. Like, how it's brewing, like, inside of yourself. It can be so difficult, and even though I feel sort of detached in a way, like, because I've been there and I moved on, and I'm not right in that depth right now, like, I feel like I can't be as enough of help, but I really want, like, people to know that they really need to be there in life. Like, like, it's so bad, but those are the kind of people we need. He's also saying, like, he never really felt like this way before because he was detached and sort of detached from himself a lot. In the way that, you know, he just wave it away, push it away, act like it's not there, be afraid to, like, tell and show other people, and he says only, like, something he's considered in weight because of the recurring, you know, things. He has to just keep cycling, and, like, even when you have a really good outlook on life, like, he talks about slamming down, like, things slam down on you, and it's like, and a lot of times, it's all at once. You really have to be strong enough to handle it and get through it, but it's easier said than done. I once said that about myself. I was like, if that time comes, it's gonna be so easy, you know, and then you forget, or you know, it coming up to that time, and you're getting all nervous and jittery. And, it's like, it's just not working out, and people have, like, literally said to me, they're like, cause my back was hurting so bad, I was just like, I'm typing Facebook on this, or, like, on my phone, actually, because mostly I can't set the computer, and they're like, no, they're like, this world would be such a more shittier place without you, and I'm like, but I don't talk to you, and, like, and people are afraid to, like, actually say they're my friend, but they'll keep me around. I guess I give some benefits for them. One, probably just some, because I sound really corny a lot, so probably they'll say, ah ha ha, she's so stupid. And I do act so silly and stupid sometimes. That's another thing. You lose yourself because you don't let yourself be silly, because it'll be looked down upon among other people. Same thing, like, if it's going on in your life, it's real, so just feel it, because only then can you let it out and move on. But experience it and I don't know, share it. Like, don't, like, I won't make videos in front of people because I'm talking like a retard, you know. It'll benefit some people, but sometimes I get like embarrassed or shy and scared to just, but usually people just love it. It's so weird. But I'll get a lot of hate sometimes, or they'll just, it scares them too, like it scares me, but it scares them. So they love it, but they're like, well, they're scared to like act with themselves. So be looked at. The only thing I would like to do is, I don't know, I can't even say. Because I'll get the wrong negative attention from people, and then they'll just put me out, kill me. But that's gonna happen with everything in life. Everything. I really hope these people vote Romney. But something you should also know, like I know it's hard sometimes, but I know that you can fight it and get through it. I know you're that strong enough person. It just seems like it's never gonna end. It seems like it's the worst in the world, like the worst feeling. You want to end it. Even my sister, she's really struggling, and I feel bad sometimes. I can't help her more. Like I really want to be there for her, but sometimes I can't even take care of myself. That's why, like, I don't know, like it's really hard. Life is really hard, and my life hurts a lot, I say. And someone's like, I never heard that. That's a really good term. I was like, oh, my life hurts. And they're like, oh, I've heard my life sucks, you know. But it's nothing great. It's nothing, like, really, like, new or ingenious. But, like, when, I guess, people haven't heard it in a while or before, like, that, all I did one day was like, oh, and you should just do the little things in life that make you happy. And that's another point. That's what I first started telling him, is that when he first started asking like what he should do, like how he should not feel like that, myself personally, I have to live through the pain every day. Like my back's killing me right now. I have to put on a good face and, you know, try to find good things in my life to, like, appreciate. So that's why I told him, you know, take one step at a time, exercise, you know, and keep an open mind. He's like, that's not gonna help me. I'm like, that's one of your problems. It will help you. It'll make you feel a lot better. It'll de-stress. You know, you don't even have to think. And I'm like, you know what? Thinking is really good, but sometimes you need to stop thinking. And there's been points where I just cannot stop thinking. A trick that kind of started working, practice makes perfect, so it's not going to be perfect the first time at all. But after a while, you can get better at it. And I still don't do this a lot, but I don't focus on your breathing, just or even focus on breathing in your nose and out your mouth. That's the proper way, I guess. That combined with exercise might help more if you have like a real trouble. Also music helps a lot. The right kind of music, which is all the music. Except the more music that annoys you. My head constantly feels like it's gonna explode. And I constantly feel like such a loser. but, well, I mean, not really. Sometimes I don't know, like, but other people can sometimes notice things in you that you can't notice yourself. So basically, find the little things in life to make you smile, act a little silly, loosen up. And I was just like, I said the smile thing, but I also said just, he was very strained, like I could see it in his face, and he was like, he looked very old, and, he's in his young 20s, but I was like, he's getting old. And, one thing is to touch your face, loosen up your jaw, try to rest your eyes, breathe good, and let yourself relax. Sounds so weird. but really, even like your neck, and I have a really hard time doing this because my body gets so strained, and I'm sure, like, a bunch of people, that's why they have massage therapists, masseuses, especially if you have, like, a really physically job, but just loosen your body. It'll make you more balanced and centered, which will, and, focus on your breathing instead of, like, your thinking, and go exercising, get the blood coursing through your whole body. It gives blood to your brain, which you wicked need, because you probably haven't had in ages. Drink mad water, get some hydration, take a shower, let the beat on your, I mean, these are just quick fixes, so they're not totally gonna help, but if you do them a lot, or more than, like, you do already, it'll be beneficial. Another thing I told him was to keep his mind open. I forgot why I started saying that, but it wasn't because, it was even, like, before he said the whole exercise won't help thing. And I'm like, see, but it will help, and that's your problem. You really need to, like, open up your mind. And same thing with his, friend. I could apply it in that situation. He thinks his friend's gonna be too judgmental, and people can be, but if you say that straight to their face, they have no choice but to kind of hear you and accept that it might be true, even if they block it over in, like, 2 seconds or later. You can always say it to them again. It's kind of bossy or whatever, but hey, it's truth. And just like your feelings, don't apologize for your feelings. It's what you feel. Express these things at the time, except don't ever get violent. Contain all that violence, and even any energy, channel it well and better. Like, just kind of take, like, an outward approach in what you might be perceived as, and better yourself, because that's probably what you're doing anyway. But also realize that you're really good. No matter what you've been through or what you've done, you have an inside will to be happy. Just be the person, like, you really love and strive to be, or love to see someone else be. If no one's gonna do it, you gotta do it. It sucks. You're like, ugh, couldn't someone else just already done that? But they just announced Rihanna as top artist in the last 20 years. I'm like, really? There's so many. Madonna, Britney, Kiss, Metal, so many, like, Suicide Silence, all of them, Lights. There's so many artists, but she was named top in the past 20 years? How can I decide that? Anyway, the fact is that she couldn't have done it without those before her. You need to, like, build everything together, and it makes strong people, and everybody can keep growing. When I said to him, like, you know, people need you there even if you don't think they do. And I also said this to some other girl, because she's like, I'm gonna go home and cry under my blankets and sheets, and this other kid was like, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. And these are the only people, like, kind of willing enough to, like, share, like, be real, but because it's so scary, and people get shunned upon it for it, but you really gotta, like, not say block that out, but and not really try to change it. Like, you can't bear the world, but you've got to accept that that's always gonna be there. Just like the most horrible stuff in life is always gonna be there, but if you can help to make that smaller, you just channel that energy some good way. Use your experiences for good. But what you're going through right now will pass. You really gotta see the small little things. Try to hold on to any good feeling you had. Be empathetic in the way that, you know, don't judge other people because you don't know them, what they've been through, but speak up when you have a thought. Don't be ashamed of feeling, and don't hold everything in and express yourself. If you hold everything in, then it's just going to be a bunch of messy junk. Just let it out. Quiet your mind for a little while. He's like, I don't even know where to begin, you know, I'm looking around, and he's like, I don't know what to do, and nobody knows what to do. Just do the right thing, just try to keep hope. Just hope that one day you'll be able to hope again. I don't, you know, start small. You can't do everything at once. Baby steps, live the moment, step by step. Try to change the things about your life that you don't like. Try not to hold on to all that negative energy. You really need to get it out. And know and fully accept that is part of you now. Like, though it's not the best, it's part of you. And just try to look on the bright side of things. Try to be better. I mean, even if there's nothing, sometimes there is nothing. Sometimes it's just your will. The will to go on. If you or someone you know, you just, like, really reach out to them. Don't be afraid. I feel like I'm not going to help anybody with this video. I feel like it's way too long. Hope. I wish I could remember. I mean, you know, don't be a zombie. Don't, you know, sometimes you have to put a face on and, you know, pick yourself up. sometimes, like, you know, make connections with people and really, truly, genuinely be good, be concerned with that person, make a connection, talk to someone, be real stuff, you know, it's real right now. One thing, my nephew will do is, like, he'll come in the morning and, like, I'll be all achy and stuff and sleeping from my back hurting, and I'll feel like crap, I'll feel lousy, and probably because this, like, kids are good in a way that they remind us that it's a new day. Like, he'll just have that best treat, good morning, good morning, auntie, like, and even if I feel so shitty, like, I'll put a smile on my face, cause, like, he seems so happy about it, and I want to keep them alive, and they'll come up to me, and even though I can't do these things all the time, they'll be like, sing with me, dance with me, and it really makes me, like, like, even though you feel lousy and like crap, it's a really good thing to try and, like, pick yourself up to that level, and, like, kind of, like, get your energy, like, and it helps, it makes it better, it's really awesome. they, they keep me living, really, help me be seen and figure things out, should remember that things aren't as bad as they seem like they are, but they'll always move past, or, you know, if it's like my back and it's never gonna move past, it's about another month, it's a year, my back's destroyed, I can't do anything, I'm so, like, limited, so, like, if you're in a wheelchair and you just think it's not possible to live, and I saw a question like this on Quora, about if someone should pull the plug if they are, so debilitated that they need other family members to take care of you, and you actually literally become a burden onto those people. If someone's niece who had replied, and her uncle was in a wheelchair, he couldn't do anything by himself, but he was so independent, kind of like I am, that he's like, but I'm also, like, submissive, so I'm also like, okay, fine, I'll just, like, grown to a point in my life where I'll just not even move or do anything or think. I became my own zombie. So she's like, she could tell, like, it strained both of them, and sometimes her dad would get mad at her uncle because, like, just because it was so hard, but, and even though he regrets that, she said that he would regret so much more that they couldn't do their job well enough to keep him living, that he had to just not live before his time, because those small moments can mean everything to someone. And also, I told him to look for something in his life beyond, I mean, obviously work on himself and work on, like, you know, just generally having a good outlook and being happy. But to, like, find something where he can put his energies, or find something in the world that isn't there, or find something he's passionate about to do, like lights just like to electric pop, and she couldn't find any, so she made some, and she made it good. If you feel like you can do something, or you can at least learn how to do something and practice doing it, go ahead and try it. Like, you'll never know unless you try. I never knew I could be happy again unless I tried. Even if it feels like, all hope is failing and everything, just try. Maybe that's all there is to it. Try. Try to be happy, try to be alive, try to help those people around you, and try to do something good. Fulfilling, like, your passions in life. Find a passion. I'm like, I don't have any passions. What am I going to do? And I don't want to be dedicated enough to destroy my fingers learning a guitar. I don't have the patience for keyboard, but sometimes you just have to sit there and focus and do what you want to do. Don't let the opportunity slip by. Sometimes it's only there for a moment. Just like if you feel, or if you need to express like your feelings or saying something, you can make many more of those moments. But if you make nothing of it, then it's gonna be nothing. And always try to have the strength to stand up for yourself. You may get all the hate in the world, but you'll feel better in the long run. And like I said, there's been times where I just it was too scary and too much hard work to like say stand up for myself or what I believed in, and even simple things. I'm like, it won't matter, but it kind of does matter. Be the best person you think there could be. Practice what you preach. It's very hard. All this is very hard, and you're gonna say it sounds easy, but you're gonna do it, and you really have to practice at it. It's a slow change over time. That's why you have to get at it and do it now. Because if you let the moment slip, you may never have that moment again. If things are gonna change. So do it while you can. And be the best you can be. And if you have any experiences or just like more suggestions and comments, create a video response, because it might take more than 160 characters to say, or if it's short, leave comments below. Don't get into fights, but you can get into discussions, and just try to love anything. Love that flower you walked by. Take a look at the rocks. Maybe you find a cool rock and you're like, oh, that's cool. At least it's something, okay? Start small. All those small things pile up, just like those small emotions you keep inside. Or all those, like, times someone said something and you brush it off and it eats at you. It piles up. Always take that moment. Don't do too much anything. Like, just take a step back every now and then and just find out where you are and take a look around you and then assess a situation, and maybe you don't even know how to move forward, but just take a tentative step in one good sort of general direction. Things will start to fall into place. But if you think about it, don't do it. Just wait another day, at least. And that's what I just told some friend. I was like, I wasn't around earlier to help you, because I was helping my other friend. Not that I really wanted to say that I'm helping so many people. That's really, like, impersonalizing it. But, I was like, I can't do anything tonight, but, because, I have children, but I was like, if you need a friend, someone to just sit in a room with you, maybe so you're not so alone. I can, maybe we can distract, or have fun, or try to have fun. What is fun? You know what fun is. So imagine, like, if you're in a situation, what the best fun would be, or the most happy would be, or what the most happy person would say to this person you're talking to right now. Like, that's why I like working in public. That's why I like love my job. I love being able to connect with people and being like that person that they would want to work with. Because, like I said, I worked at Home Depot, and I would see all these people like walking around and not getting the help they wanted. So I made it a goal for myself to be able to help these people. I learned everything I could just so I would know what to say or do when, or when they need help, when they have that question. Start with the most obvious and then get into the details. And people really loved that. And it spread around. It made other people actually want to help these people. And you get a good feeling from just, being able to tell someone where the soap is, like, I could help you. And instead of being like, I don't know, go ask someone else. It just creates more of a fun. It's not really ever necessary to, like, really be mean to a person or put someone that low. So, just because you've been abused or someone hurts you and you feel like you need to get that negative energy out or whatnot, don't ever attack another person. Don't ever, like, don't ever try to be that person. Not that I haven't personally, but don't ever try to, like, make that person pay. That's not up to you. But maybe you could help them or change them. Like that other kid, he hurt me a lot back in the day. It made me feel so shitty about myself and everything that I just, try to become what maybe he would want, or just became nothing. I was just a blank canvas ready to be painted, but nobody painted me and I just sucked. But it's so mean sometimes, but he loved me, and it was so weird because he just didn't know how to express it, but it's so confusing, but what was the point? The point was that I'm way too empathetic and way too caring, that even though he hurt me so many times on so many occasions, and I was just never ever going to look back. I care for people too much that I can't just leave them like that. So I helped him, and I was helped-ish. You constant battle struggle, but instead of making someone pay, maybe you could just make them see how they hurt you and how that was wrong and how to be better. And I've seen this too many times, but they actually really appreciate it, and they actually really appreciate that you don't just write them off as scum, and they're still a person. Everybody's redeemable, so I believe in second chances, but sometimes you can't always be the nice person, and you have to stand up, and you have to make it something very clear if something's wrong, and you have to make movements to change that. You cannot just sit there. And that's probably some of what got you into this place in the first place. So please just don't remember to smile or say good morning to the clock and in a really cheerful voice. Practice on some stuff that you think needs to be worked on wherever you are, to whoever you are, and if you can see it, you know, another face sees it. And always be open-minded to anything can change. Don't be so rigid, and yeah, be open-minded, and you know, things can get better. Don't immediately dismiss or shut down like anything, especially if it's unknown or, you know, you haven't even experienced it. So like anything, and don't be afraid, because there's a picture that said if it's scary you might want to try it, and I was like, I don't know, I don't think it's a very good picture, but if it's scary but it's not like dangerous, do it. It'd be probably good to do it. Take your opportunities. Like going on a trampoline, you know, maybe that looks scary because I would always think, you know, I'd probably jump too high or I'd jump off. You know, be prepared for disaster, but take the best precautions to prevent them, and remember to have fun in the best way possible. Like, if you're hanging out with people and they're all being lame or kind of boring, just think of the best way you can spruce it up, or what's fun or something. Think of the best way, like, you could show a person what you want them to know. Sometimes an action will do it, sometimes it'll be words. So if you know someone, or you know yourself, is thinking about suicide, or just has a problem coping with life, everyday life, doesn't really know where to move. Also, I get those texts on my phone, so find things, like on my Facebook, I have like a whole wall. My back is so bad. So like cushiony things here. That was better before. I sign up for those things. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I want more like that. I have funny things. I have all kinds of things, you know? There's so many dimensions to a person. A person is in black and white. You can't look at a person and know everything about them. Sometimes you can, but you shouldn't be able to. I get text messages that tell me myths, quotes, fortunes, fashion ideas. Oh, there's, I'm just like, what? Be open to new things, try new things. And if you're getting worried, like that kid, like he lost his love, just better yourself. And try not to even think negatively. Like, sometimes, like, I'll get worried and I'll be I'll just use like a generalized example. Like, say you call your boyfriend and they don't answer the phone. Like, you shouldn't immediately get suspicious or discourage them. I don't. You should always hope for the best, but you should always be aware. You shouldn't lie to yourself. So if you think, like, use intuition, really use your intuition. Because because, like, I don't know, like, sometimes things get so confusing, so you just don't know what to do, and you don't even really, like, know what's going on, but just try not to think negatively, and maybe everything will turn out okay. But if you're really forced to be aware of something, you shouldn't immediately write off everything, you know, keep it there, mull it, put it to the side for now, but if you feel like, I don't know, just always think about it. So I get those quotes and everything, and then I also do a segment on here for my daily, like, fortunes and everything. I say those, but my horoscopes. If you know what time you were born and where, and obviously the date, you can get, like, a lot of good things, like information about yourself, and it's always good to learn about yourself, but and sometimes horoscopes are totally off, but sometimes they just have, like, words of advice, like general advice that you should heed. You should just be like, you know what, yeah, that sounds pretty smart. Like, what's mine today? Lovers, children, and other people or things dear to your heart are emphasized right now. Being appreciated and admired for your gifts and talents is a powerful need. Taking chances can bring big rewards, so take a risk and find out. Also, another thing is, when you're, this is take a chance, or you're not gonna find out. So, on that note, that's fine, but also, okay, also, I'm never sitting here again. No pain, no gain can sometimes be true, and nothing in life is for free, so you really have to work at it if you want it, and sometimes it's obviously going to give you challenges, and you have to overcome these challenges, whether you like it or not. Or you could just sit there and wait and nothing would ever happen, but never get anywhere. But when you're in the situation and you think it's all over, sometimes you should always remember, like, I was gonna post a thing, like, things that I learned from games, like, practice, you'll get better, and always open the chests. I'm just kidding. You, the way a game goes is, as you progress in life, in the game, as you level up, the challenges get harder, the difficulty gets harder. So I think it's important to remember that when you're in a really tough, difficult situation, you should always express yourself and do the right thing and stand up for yourself, but you should always remember when it's weighing so much down on you. Like, I had a really hard time in my life, and it was like years, like so many years, and such a long time that I felt it could never get better. But the challenges life throws at you, maybe you have to just overcome those challenges, or you'll never get the reward. And that's the same thing as games. Like, the harder challenges have the better rewards. Like, so if you want that, like, nice sword, you're gonna have to build up and get really good, and then make sure you get that sword. but you're gonna have to fight, and you're gonna have to take a really tough thing. So, I won't say it's the last challenge you'll ever have, or the most difficult, and it is the most difficult right now. Or it's always gonna be the most difficult because it's right now. Like, it's not the past. It doesn't exist anymore. You should remember. You really have to remember to live in the now. And the future is scary, but it's also not now. So really take a look at what now is and just live in it for a little while. Okay? Peace. So like I said, if you have any more suggestions, you can leave them in the comments, make a video if you need to or want to. If you could rate this or have any feedback on what I've said. I know it's a little long. I don't really know how to say what I was trying to in a way that would come across well. I'm sorry I'm hurting all this video. My back's broken. And even challenges in life you have that you've wanted and looked forward to, you can fail. You can have all the preparations and fail. But even then, you should just still go on. Just always just give yourself another day, another week. Just like, I'll come back to, because it's such a permanent decision that you should make sure, you know, just come back next week, and not even if it's then, just again, just say I'll come back next week, or, you know, actively do something in your life to make it better. Yeah. Whatever. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you want, and if then I can, like, just keep trying. Don't let them, you know, if it's really worth it, you should do it. It's bigger than negativity. Do the right thing, be good. Help your neighbor, and, yeah, yeah, there's more stuff. I'm gonna be doing more videos, and I don't even care about, like, some other things. I don't know, just be real, live in the moment, take a second to, you know, things right. Try to, it's so hard to, like, get in there and out of your head, but focus on breathing, get zen, meditation, stretching, like yoga really helps. Not that I can personally do, like, a lot of it right now, but I do what I can. If you can't do it all, just do what you can, you know, baby steps, one step at a time. Don't let the opportunity pass you by. And people need you, and you are a great person in this world, and even though you shouldn't live for other people, it might make their lives worse without you, in small ways or whatever. I mean, obviously, everybody's gonna make do with everything they're thrown at, so everybody's doing it, and we're all really strong enough. Don't be scared. Okay, peace. I hope this helps somebody.